Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Mare. If you guys are new to my channel, I really hope that you guys will see what you like and give a big thumbs up before you guys leave. Also consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate that. So in this video guys, today I'm going to be sharing with you my top 5 Netflix binge-worthy recommended shows for moms. If you are a busy mom like me, you know that you do not have very much time to watch TV. So when you do have a chance, I'm gonna let you know which shows I recommend for you guys to take a look at. Okay, so the first show that I want to recommend for you mothers out there is Schitt's Creek. Now, I actually just finished this one. They ended the show. The series premiere was with their 6th season, and I absolutely loved it. So this is about a married couple, a very rich married couple that basically goes bankrupt. And the only asset that they have left is a little tiny town called Schitt's Creek. And you sort of see, what it's like. I don't want to give away too much, but you see what it's like to go from a very rich family to all of a sudden having nothing. So from everything to nothing. And they have 2 children, they're grown children are living with them as well. And they also, they're pretty shocked by the situation. And so they live their life in Schitt's Creek, and it's just so great. I mean, they have great cast. It's written by Eugene Levy's son, Daniel Levy, and Catherine O'Hara's in it. I mean, you guys know her. She's from Home Alone. She's a classic. I mean, she's a phenomenal actress. Comedy as well. And it really makes you laugh. There's so many humorous moments within the show that, I mean, at the end of the night when you're so exhausted and tired, just putting on one show really can brighten up your mood. It's also really great as well because it shows the acceptance of the LGBTQ community. And I mean, Daniel portrays a character within that category, and you grow to love him. I mean, I really love him in this show. I haven't really seen him in anything else, but you really start to love him. You love the connection that he has between him and his sister. They fight, they quarrel, yet they love each other so much, and it's just so relatable. Because my brother and I mean, we fought all the time growing up, and then now as adults, it's like we're really good friends and we speak to each other almost every single day. So I find this show is really relatable. It's humorous. It really puts you into perspective. I mean, what if a situation like this were to happen to you as well? So for me, I honestly really enjoyed it. So maybe that's something that you guys might want to check out. The next show that I really recommend, and I just finished their season 4 as well, is called Working Moms. And this one is actually created and filmed in Toronto by Catherine Reitman, and she's also one of the main characters in the show. Now, this show is so relatable on so many levels as a mother. I mean, it's about 4 different women as they go through their lives. They're juggling their careers, their families, their children, their love life, and you see all the different characters, and you see how they go through the different situations in life, and how they try not to judge each other, and they try to help each other out, and the friendships and the relationships between each other. It's just so relatable. I mean, you have the mother who's, I don't want to give away too much, but you have the mother who's just a workaholic and her job is number one. Then you have the other mother who's just, she doesn't have that maternal instinct, right? And she just doesn't feel like being with her daughter and her child all the time. There's just so many different scenarios, and it's just such a great show. I would definitely have to say that it is very relatable. It's very funny. It can also be very emotional at times because they do go through some things in the show that could have happened to you, or that someone that has gone through that. For example, adultery, or a child that's misbehaving, or not being able to conceive. So there's so many different scenarios, and it's so relatable. I mean, at the end of the night, when I did have a little bit of time, I definitely looked forward to watching this because it kind of makes you feel like you're not the only one. There are other mothers, there are other people going through these situations like this. And some things that they mentioned on the show as well is some things that people keep to themselves, that women and mothers especially go through, but they really open it up and make the world know and make them see on television what us mothers go through. Another really great show. I'm not even quite sure how many seasons it's had, but I mean, I always look forward to it. It's more of a comedy, and this one is called Life in Pieces. And this show basically is about one big family broken up into the smaller families. So it has, you know, the grandfather and the grandmother, and then their children, and then their children as well. And it shows the different situations that they go through within their lives. And what I love about it is it's so realistic, it's so funny, and each show is comprised of different shorts. So it will have, I believe, about 3 or 4 different shorts within each half-an-hour show. And I love them because, you know, sometimes when shows are too long, it kind of can drag on, but these ones are short, they're quirky, they're fun, and they have a punchline at the end of each and every short, and I love it. And the main thing that I really love about this show as well is that it shows how dysfunctional families can be. I mean, it doesn't show how perfect families are. It doesn't show, you know, how wonderful kids are. It shows them like it is. It shows the teenage daughter trying to dress up with all this makeup and showing her body. It shows, you know, the son that feels like he's not the loved one and he's the black sheep of the family. It just has so many scenarios that is, again, once again, relatable in anyone's life, and the characters are so likable as well. So I actually just looked into it and found out the show has been canceled. I have no idea why they would cancel this, but you guys can definitely go check it out on Netflix. It's still on there, I believe, and you can watch some episodes. And some of the great actors that are in this show as well include Colin Hanks, James Brolin, phenomenal, he's so hilarious, and Diane Weist. Such a good cast, and you'll see all of the other actors and actresses as well. They mesh so well together. It's a really great show. Another show that is definitely binge worthy, and I actually watched this one with my daughter, is Fuller House. I was so excited when they decided to make, and we found out that there was gonna be a continuation of Full House. That was my favorite show growing up. I loved it. It did show, you know, very unrealistic expectations of a family and how perfect they are, and it was kind of corny, I'm not even gonna lie. Looking back at it now, I have rewatched the whole thing again with my daughter, but seeing it now, it's all about DJ, the eldest of 3 daughters. They grew up with a father. The father was a widower, and it just showed what it was like to raise them as a single parent with the help of an uncle and a friend. And then now in Fuller House, DJ, the eldest daughter, is also a widow, and she has her sister and her best friend helping to raise her 3 boys. So it's sort of like the same scenario as when she was little. So it's very comical. I mean, it has the fake laughing in the background. The jokes are really corny, but it's like you gravitate towards it, especially if you've seen it as a young child and you're watching it now as an adult. I mean, some things you're like, oh my gosh, are you serious? But then when you really think about it, like, there's not a lot of shows like Fuller House anymore that have meaning to it. And at the end of every episode, there's always some sort of moral or value to be learned by Danny Tanner or DJ, or there's always something to be taught. And that's what I really liked about it. And that's why I wanted my daughter to see it, is because it taught something to you every single show. You cannot find shows like that anymore that are teaching you lessons. So it's really enjoyable. So the last show that I recommend for you guys to watch is called You. So I first put this on and I was like, what is this? This is so odd, because the main character is narrating most of the movie. But I started watching it a little bit more, and you know, it does take a little bit of time to warm up to things, and I started actually really enjoying it. So it's a total different genre from all the other shows that I mentioned. This one's actually a suspense thriller. So it's basically about an dangerously charming, intensely obsessive young man who goes through any measures to get the girl that he wants. So it's really creepy, it's really suspenseful, it keeps you at the edge of your toes, because you're like, oh my gosh, how did he know that? How does he do that? And it kind of makes you think and put your life into perspective, like, oh my gosh, what if someone can actually do that? I mean, there are creepers out there, but it definitely shows what people will do and what kind of mindset and mind frame people have, you know, to go to the extreme to get the woman and the girl that they like. There is some violence in it as well. It is a thriller, but I mean, it really draws you in and makes you wonder, like, what's he gonna do next? What's gonna happen? and I believe there was 2 seasons and there might be a 3rd season as well, so that's definitely something to look for. So this show is definitely worth a watch. The 1st season is really good, but definitely keep going until the 2nd season because it does get a little bit better. You start to realize what the main character Joe is all about, why he is the way he is. You know, it brings you back to his childhood, and all the pieces sort of come together and a little bit more is explained about why he is the way he is. But definitely keeps you on the edge of your toes, wondering what's gonna happen next, what's he gonna do, and just shows you the extremes that some people will go to for love. So guys, there you have it, my top 5 binge-worthy mom shows on Netflix. You guys definitely have to go try to at least check out one of the 5 of those shows. If you guys happen to watch any of those shows I mentioned, either Schitt's Creek, Working Moms, Life in Pieces, Fuller House, or you guys let me know in the comments down below which show you guys have seen and what you think about it. As well, please feel free to let me know down in the comments below as well what show you guys are watching, which is possibly another mom binge-worthy show, because I'm definitely looking for a new show to watch as most of mine have already finished. So guys, if you did like this video, and I really hope that you did, please give a big thumbs up before you guys leave. Subscribe as well if you haven't, and I hope to see all of you guys in another video of mine. Take care for now. Thanks for dropping by.